Alright, you're here with Steve DiGiorgio, bass player of Death DTA, and you're watching The Metal Authority with Echo.
今日はお待ちかねのスティーブ・ディジョージオさんに来ていただきました。メタルオーソリティのエコです。Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Yay! それでは Let's start. I'd like to ask you about this Death to All tour. You know, lots of Japanese fans are wondering what this about. Actually, can you explain?
Well, the purpose is obviously to memorialize and celebrate the music that Chuck left behind. You know, the 7 Death albums. And we are musicians that were former band members. We were in the group Death at one time or another. And we're performing the songs for fans that want to see something as close to the original Death without really trying to pretend we are the real thing. And that's about it. I mean, it's a tribute to a band we used to be in that had a huge impact in the music world.
How do fans react? You know, you tour all over the world actually with this DTA. So
Yeah, we've covered a lot of territories. This is, I think, the 3rd, maybe 4th time we've been around the United States and Canada. We've been to Europe quite a few times. We've been to South America. And the support's been amazing. The fans love it. They fill the halls we play and they stay till the last note. And it's really cool to see the support from the people that are, you know, really happy to watch the show because they truly understand we're only doing it from a good place. You know, it's just we're musicians. You know, we perform, and that's what we're out doing. We're just playing the songs of Death. We're not trying to pretend anything. You know, and I think that people understand that for the most part. And yeah, we get really good response, and it's exciting, man. It's fun to be part of it.
I like the way you said it, celebrate. Like you're having fun.
It's a celebration, you know. I mean, it's the last Death record was 1998, but in general, most of these songs we're playing are 20 years old. You know, who wants to see such old material, really? But they do, and that's what it is. We're just up there playing it, and anybody can play these songs. Anybody can be in a cover band of any band. You know, there's lots of tribute acts. You know, paying respects to many bands, but the thing we offer is that we were in the band at some point in the past for real, so we remember what it was like back when we were young, fighting for recognition, trying to find our place in the world. And then now that it's 20 years in the future, this band has really found its place in the world. So, you know, we're all contributors in a small way to it, but, you know, obviously brought in by Chuck. And so we have that thing in common, and when we come together, that's what it is. It's just a celebration of what we worked hard for a couple of decades ago, but it's also a chance for us. You know, this lineup has a lot of really high-level musicians, and it's a chance for us to reunite after so long and play music as men in our mid-40s that we invented when we were in our mid-20s. So it's fun for us regardless of what the material is. You know, we are definitely celebrating the fact that we can still do this.
Well, Japan tour, are you thinking or planning?
Well, you know, the unique thing with this group, with this act, is it's based only on demand. There's no record. Particularly, we're not on they're not like a normal band on a touring cycle. We don't have new product. We don't have a record company behind us. This is purely just we go where we're wanted, and by that it's the fans speaking up and getting the promoters in the area together to solicit an offer to the management. And when the offer is right, the management sends us on our way. So it starts. You know, a lot of bands are trying to build up their fans. Well, we're sitting waiting for the fans to speak up. So it starts in the reverse order.
Oh,
So
okay.
we
So
can't really
everybody.
honestly, we can't really plan on it. We have to just sit back and wait and see what happens, to see what kind of interest this has, you know. And if the fans really speak up and make it known, that will get the attention of the people who are in charge of bringing bands in internationally, and that will lead to a serious offer from management to make us pack up and go over there and play.
Okay, so I'd like to talk about Testament. You rejoined, and you went to Japan,
Yeah,
right?
March. Yeah.
And now you are planning to make a new album. Can you tell us about the plan? New album?
Yeah, it's true. I rejoined at more or less the end of their touring cycle from their last album, finishing up shows they had booked. And but when I first joined the band in 1998, they had new songs written, and I came in and learned the songs and developed a chemistry right away in the studio. Where this time I've been with them almost a year now, so the chemistry's there, you know. And having with me and Gene together, I mean, that's like automatic chemistry because we go back a long time playing together. And yeah, so the new songs are starting to come out. Eric's hard work in his laboratory, and Chuck's been joining him and working on stuff, and little by little everyone puts their piece in, and it's starting to come together.
How much contribute, you know, when it comes to writing songs you make? Like all the bass, of course, you.
Yeah, it varies. You know, Testament has a really good formula. Obviously, it's worked for more or less 30 years now. So, I mean, there's a context. You know, you can't bring in ideas that don't fit the prescribed sound that's already there. But having said that, you know, the band trusts players like myself and Gene and Alex Skolnick to, you know, fit something in the parameters of what Testament is, to make it, you know, everybody pitch in just little personalities and little feelings to the song. And yeah, I mean, that's about it. I mean, it varies, you know. Sometimes a song is really well thought out and we just join in, and then sometimes there's an idea that's kind of wide open, and then people, it just depends, you know. It kind of varies, but for the most part, I mean, Eric lays down the bulk of the song, and Chuck influences by how vocal parts would go, and already right there with that much done, that pretty much puts us, you know, on a good pace to finishing it with the bass and drums and stuff.
Well, speaking of bass, you have 3 strings fretless for bass. What is the range key, low to high, if you have 3? It's really like 1-2 octaves?
Yeah, it's obviously with less strings, it's more of a limited range, of course, but even so, there's enough range there to pull off the songs I need to. And I also switch off with a 6 string.
Hey, I see that. Yes.
Yeah, so between the two, I have 9. And,
Is it better your style, you know, to use fretless because you're like a Sorry. You know, like you freely play, you know, like fretless.
Yeah, I've preferred
fretless. You have to know which exact spot you.
Yeah, sure.
But you don't have any sign, you know, like not fretted.
Well, I mean, some of the oldest stringed instruments don't come with frets. You know, anything from violin or cello to santur or sarod. You know. No, I learned to play upright bass or double bass in school, and the groups of notes come in positions. So it's not that different. There's a small difference, of course, but it's not a big difference. You know, everybody wants to know like how you transition between fretted and fretless. It's really not a big deal.
You learned bass at school, you said?
Yeah.
Since you were little?
Well, I switched to bass when I was a little bit older because I was playing more in the brass. that was a good start for a young
Yes,
kid to learn fundamentals. You know.
absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, I mean that's about the extent of it. So you know, I'm not really trained, but I can still read music, and you know, and I've played several different instruments, so I can see perspectives of, you know, instead of just only having known one instrument, I've been around a little bit. Yeah, I mean every little thing helps. You know, I wish I had more time to, you know, educate myself, but it seems like when I was young, at that point, I felt like I knew enough and I was ready to go. And now I just learn by watching and being aware, you know.
Seems like, if it's wrongly, correct me, but you don't like sit and wait. You know, you seem like really
I gotta keep busy.
Yes.
I always
Okay.
have to
I
keep
was
busy.
right. Okay.
Yeah, it's the only thing I really do well in life.
That's good. And then I brought this
What's that?
Mythodea. I wanted to introduce this to Japanese fan. You did with Christos from Greece, and his vocal is John West.
Yes.
Great
My favorite
musician.
singer.
Me too.
My favorite
Yes.
singer.
You did Atlantica too. I bought that one. Atlantica.
Atlantica.
Yeah.
I also played on the last Artention
Yes.
album. And I've done a couple even different projects where me and John ended up on the same recording.
That's
I'm
great.
building a history with this guy, and I'm happy
Yes.
because I'm a big fan of his.
Oh wow, me
Yeah.
too. So tell me about this Mythodea. How did you find him, Christos?
Well,
Actually, he
found
found you.
me. Found me. Yeah. He just came out of nowhere to me and asked me if I was interested to play in the project. That
Yes.
he already had John West ready, and of course, before I even heard the music, I said, John West, I'm in. But turned out great music. It's some of my favorite stuff I've ever played, easily. Through the course of the songs developing and you know, while the composing was going on and talking about the bass and stuff, I developed a friendship with Christos.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Talented.
Super talented. It's so unfortunate that his stuff isn't more exposed, you know.
So now
It was a big undertaking for him to finish this album. He did it all on his own, all by himself. I mean, we played our parts, but he did everything else. And he has a new project. Have you heard the?
Calling.
Yeah, that's just about done.
I love it that I saw your video. You're using fretted guitar.
Yeah, it's my new Rickenbacker. Yeah.
I like the color too. I really like
Yeah,
it.
it's beautiful. Right?
Yes.
It has like some kind of ancient piece of furniture or something.
You recorded.
That's the studio owned by Green Day, the band.
Oh, okay.
But a friend of mine who works there, well, he runs the studio. We go way back in time, and he used to be the drummer for a fusion band I had called Darkhall.
Sorry, I start doing this again. I decide not to excite all the comment, but I really like it. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
No, that's it.
I want you to make Darkhall album. I want CD. But you
of calling?
Darkhall. You don't have physical CD. I know you have.
Yeah, we never really made like a proper production.
I really want you to do it. Yes, I really love it.
I would love. I've been talking to the sax player a lot lately about. I don't know if we can get all the original guys together, but we're gonna get somebody. We're gonna do something. We feel that, you know, we tried really hard in the '90s with that band, and it's hard with instrumental music. And you know, in the '90s, fusion kind of faded away, but now it seems like it's back.
Yes.
There's a lot of cool stuff out there now, and young people playing it too. So I think there's going to be kind of an excitement brewing. So I think we paid some dues, and I think if we put our lineup together, write some cool stuff, we can fit back in. Yeah, we've been talking about it. It's hard, but I think we're going to do it.
You have death band, thrash band, symphonic metal, and jazz fusion. All these different styles, but you know, like a naturally fit in because you have skill to.
Well, everybody likes to say different styles and different genres and stuff, but really it's all just music, you know, and I mean, especially for a bass player, you know, it might not be the same for every instrument, because obviously, you know, a jazz guitar sounds different than a death metal guitar, for sure,
Yes.
you know, but a bass isn't extremely different. Of course, it's a little bit different, of course, but not extremely different, and, you know, I never had those lines with me. It's just, I hear music in, like, I hear the raw ingredients of it, you know, I don't worry about what it's labeled. You know, I used to say when I was younger, you know, all the different styles of music are just different branches of the same tree, you know, so I just climb around the tree and enjoy all the different points of view of it.
Oh, that's very nice. You engineering your own, like you record your own.
I do now. Yeah, I was kind of late to that record yourself thing. I always prefer the studio, and I prefer working with an engineer because then I can just focus on playing. And also, I really prefer to have somebody in the band there, the person who wrote the song or somebody, because when I play something, I want to see the reaction right away. You know, I want to see the expression and know if I should do it again, or maybe we're going to high five and that's it. And when you're recording yourself at home, you have the luxury to set your own schedule. You could mess up a million times and you're not inconveniencing anybody, you're not embarrassed, but you miss that interaction, you know? You miss that spontaneity, and it was hard for me to do it, but I had to because everybody's doing it. And some friends of mine from a band I play in, they set me up with a nice recording system and showed me how to run it. So I'm very capable to record myself, but that's it. I can't get into larger recording. I'm not going to mix any projects or anything, but I can do my own tracks at high quality and send them off where they need to go.
You directly connect to your bass to recording? You know, you record whole thing like.
Yeah, it's more or less direct. I mean, I have a lot of sound devices that help shape the sound. You know, I use effects pedals, and I actually still use a live amplifier that I put a microphone.
That's good.
Yeah, well, I just, to me, it sounds natural. It sounds, you know, and I don't know. I think the modern wave of people hear this digital binary code, that's natural to them, so they don't mind that. But I'm from a time where everything was analog, everything was real, air was moving and vibrations were felt, and yeah, so that's what's natural to me, and that's how I go. But I also split the signal, and I use an like a amp, what's it called, amp simulator, like a you know, it's a direct signal, but it tricks you that it's an amplifier. So I have real amp, fake amp, effects, everything all blended in. Yeah, so that's my recording setup. But
because, go ahead.
Well, it's convenient now because, you know, now that it's at my own place, you know, the studio cost isn't there anymore.
Especially you have someone from other country and you cannot go back and forth, like a Christos Mythodea project.
Yeah, in the old days I would grab my bass and a bag of clothes and go off and record, but now they just want to send the files to the internet, you know, and so I have to catch up with the world. So, but so now it's not as expensive, and I can set my own schedule. I can record, and you know, I like to wake up early in the morning. You know, a lot of musicians wake up in the afternoon and work all night. You know, where I like to wake up with the sun, and that's when I'm most creative, in the morning. So I like to do early morning sessions.
I was going to ask you. You are a very nature person. I follow you on Twitter. By the way, he has a Twitter, Steve DiGiorgio. Low end.
Well, you can always go to stevededigiorgio.com. It has Facebook, Twitter, everything linked on my website.
Yes.
By my name, it's easy to remember.
Right. And you know, you post beautiful picture of sun. Or I thought you're very, very, you know, into those nature, like a natural thing.
Sure. Yeah, I have grown up that way and always tried to maintain the connection with the natural world. You know, everything from the life that we see in front of us, or, you know, other creatures, or the life that's above us that we're traveling in. I mean, it's all really what made us and where we're going. So, you know, I always try to maintain that connection. I think part of the problem of people this past century or so is the loss of connection with nature. You know, progression's nice. You know, I know our ancestors had harsh environments to compete with, and that tended towards progression of a more comfortable civilization, but it seems that they kind of exist separate of the natural world now, and one of the biggest mistakes of people is to put themselves above and totally disregard, you know, natural life and animals as almost meaningless, and it's awful, you know, because we're really part of it, and the natural world, it exists with us in spite of what we think. So to me, it feels better to just maintain the vibration and keep the connection with it, and you know, and I enjoy natural things, and you know, people with their amazing telescopes and their expensive cameras. I mean, the photos are amazing now. I mean,
you put some like a, what do you call that? Like a cellophane looking things on the camera to take picture of the sun. Like you made.
Oh, my little science center I made.
I love that.
Yeah, those are. You
like
saw that? Yeah, that's funny.
3D.
Yeah, those are solar viewing glasses, but they're the cheap paper kind that you would get out of a magazine. And I just taped one eyepiece over the lens and blocked out the light, and I used it for a solar filter when I was taking pictures of the solar eclipse, but during this eclipse there was major sunspots going on, so it was pretty eventful for people who care, you know. But yeah, so I showed an example of my science center. Yeah, I don't own any expensive equipment, but you can always, you could be creative with what you have.
Absolutely,
you know?
That's what I like.
Yeah. That's what
wake up early, and then you know your brain starts early. You've been that way, or you kind of changed? When
no, unfortunately, no. Most of my life I've got up early and went to work, and sacrificed a lot of my creative flow during work time, and you know, I would try to stay, you know, motivated. Like, okay, I gotta remember this idea when I get home. But by the evening, when I get home, I'm so freaking tired. Sometimes my creative juices have all drained out, you know, and then after a little rest and some dinner and a shower, then it was off to band practice, you know, and we would work past midnight and have just a few hours sleep and start over again early next morning off to work. And by the weekend, I was just dead tired. So now I'm really thankful that I'm living off music again, and that way I can give, you know, feed the whole machine again by using those times, you know, when I'm creative to keep, you know, fresh ideas going. And I've also benefited from my kids. Also, they're grown up now. Both my kids are adults, so you know, my responsibility level at home is much easier than it was, you know, when I had so much to worry about. And I, you know, and it's not like I never see them. I just go away for a few weeks at a time. You know, I still spend plenty of time at home. And, but yeah, but them not being so young now, and just being fortunate, really. I mean, to play in a band like Death, I mean, this is huge, and you know, being re-employed by Testament, having recording projects and stuff, I balance it all, and it's been working so far. I'm glad to rejoin the music world. Because when I was young, that's all I did, but I had to go be daddy for a while.
Absolutely. So you earned being daddy, and you know, being respected in the family too. You know, like always be there.
Yeah, I had to. It felt right.
Good choice.
You know?
Good choice. I don't want to forget all the questions. Okay, so you've been busy. What is 2015 look like for you?
Even busier.
Really?
Yeah.
Testament?
Well, right after the change of the year, this group is going back out to Europe.
Right.
That tour's been announced already. The dates are already online and stuff. And that's in February. That'll take us into March. And then not long after returning home from that, Testament's ready to go and go
Recording?
and go and go and go all year. Yeah. The new album should be recorded probably really, really soon. I need to get home and catch up with those guys, see where they're at with that. That'll probably be really quick, or obviously then the touring cycle begins for that to promote the new album with the new motif, you know, the new backdrops and all the new colors and the new songs and all the new, you know, it's exciting when, you know, so we'll be busy with that for sure. That'll take up a big part of the year.
Very nice. I'm so happy for you and the fans to get to see you so, you know, quite long period of time. And thank you for your time.
My pleasure. It's been really nice talking with you.
Thank you.
You came very prepared. And no, I appreciate all the.
Get well soon, and
Yeah,
I look
better.
forward to seeing the show tonight.
I played my toes too.